Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to play Amumu jungle like a challenger. Amumu has a 53% win rate below diamond, so he's really strong and I'd recommend him if you're trying to climb the ladder. In this game I'm starting my red buff because I want a path towards top lane, which is a Zed versus Kassadin lane. So that's clearly very Zed favored and I can use that to my advantage to try and dive Kassadin or gank him before he hits level 6. And for my pathing here, I'm going to be doing a 5 camp clear in a full clear fashion, just because Amumu is a little bit slower. Here you can see I'm looking at the side lanes now, trying to see if anyone has used any mana to leash the enemy jungler, who is Evelynn. And I could not figure out at all there who did leash or if anyone leashed. So right now we are unsure of where Evelynn is. In terms of Amumu's abilities, you want to start with W, then go with E and Q, and after that max your E and Q. Here you can see I'm looking at my lanes, mid and top, which I'm heading towards because I'm trying to find if it's possible for me to gank or counter gank any of these lanes. And looking at that top lane there, you see Kassadin's quite low. That might present itself as a dive opportunity soon. You can see I'm thinking about a dive on that Kassadin there, but the wave wasn't very good for us and he is already up to half health under his tower, so it's a little bit risky for me. And we just got information now that Evelynn is on her raptors because of that ward that Yun placed, and that is amazing for me because now I can tell what her pathing is and what she's trying to do. So she's obviously gone from bottom lane towards top lane now. She started blue buff and her next move is likely to be to gank my Zed. Seeing as how my Zed is winning that lane, he's pushing up, he has that wave in his advantage. I can come up here and counter gank for him, so we can essentially 2 versus 1 this Evelynn and defend my Zed. So you can see here I came in with the bandage and Zed just comes in with the combo and she's done. I also try to come in with a bandage on Kassadin here so I can get him a little bit low for a dive or for Zed to solo kill him, but that didn't work out. But still, you can see you should be skipping your camps if you can see something like a counter gank or a gank available on the map, which I did see there. Here I'm walking towards Evelynn's raptors. I know they're down, but the intention here was to find Kiana under her tower because she's very low there. But we don't have the wave there right now, so I'm gonna go pivot over here instead towards top lane and dive the Kassadin. Look how low he is. He's literally got no way to get out of this against me and Zed when we have a wave. Unfortunately, he did flash my Q, so I end up tanking all of those tower shots and die to minions, but this is still huge for our team. You'll see that I just bought a Bami Cinder, and that's because you'll pretty much always want to go for a Sunfire, Aegis, Demonic Embrace core build and then look into a Thornmail, Frozen Heart, or whatever else you need to finish off with. After respawning, you'll see I'm back on my way to Krugs. That's where I started, and I want to continue playing around the Zed, who's 2-0 now at this stage. So this is why I'm going bot side, so I can continue pathing up towards top side. While walking back to the jungle, I can see that Evelynn is here trying to probably take away my raptors. I know that I'm stronger than her at the moment because I have a Bami's and she only has Dark Seal and Boots. So I'm happy to take this 1v1 here. And if Kiana shows up, I know that she was kind of low HP. Looks like she's actually half HP, but she is out of mana here. And I'm trying very desperately to get Evelynn there, but I could not. Nearly 1v2ing these guys. And you can see this is the power of Amumu and why you should really consider picking him up. Anyway, after that situation, I'm just going to return to clearing out my camps. I'm going to heal up with a smite on these raptors. And I can see in the top lane, just looking at the map, that the wave is coming in towards my Zed, so I would like to actually heal up a bit more. Maybe I should go do my Gromp and then heal up and then look to gank that Kassadin. Fortunately, my 2-0 Zed is able to beat up this Kassadin, so the work that we did there earlier on is paying off. So just imagine if earlier on I was farming my blue buff and Zed got ganked by Evelynn. We could be looking at a very, very different situation right now. Since Kassadin is in base after being soloed by Zed, the only thing left for me to do here at the moment is farm my camps and just keep an eye on the mid lane. So look out if I can find a dive there or a counter gank. But other than that, it's really just going to be farming and farming until I can find something better to do. I decided to recall here because there's nothing for me to do on the top side of the map right now, and all of my camps are on the bot side. That fed Zed is really paying off for me now. Just pay attention to the map here. You can see Evelyn is on the top side. Just keep that as a mental note for now. You'll see why it's relevant later on. Since there are no plays available, I'm just farming now. I know that I'm going to hit level 6 after these Krugs, so I'm very eager to go and find a play anywhere on the map, either in the mid lane or the bot lane. And here I'm looking for the bot lane because the enemy bot lane is nearly half health. That's a really good amount of health to basically find a one shot on any champion. So here I am coming in with Fog of War, jumping onto the Twitch and making sure to get in range of both of those enemies for the ulti. Get both of them, and that is 2 kills for us just like that. Nice and easy. Now for my next move here, I'm moving towards the mid lane just because I don't have any camps on the bot side nearly, and here is where Evelyn is becoming relevant, tracking her. Since we saw her on the top side earlier, we know that she did her bot side camps. That's where she would have returned to afterwards. So instead of me going on and just farming my own camps, I quickly do one-shot these raptors, but instead of me going on to my wolves and then to my Gromp, I instead take this as an opportunity to go and counter jungle the Evelyn because I'm tracking her. I know that those camps are going to be up and I can use that to get myself ahead of her. If you're interested in learning to do these things or want to get into more fun, challenging games like this, I invite you to check out my Discord to see the coaching services that I can offer you. Anyway, with that said, I'm just returning back here to my own camps because there are no plays available for me at the moment, and the Herald, I don't want to do that without Zed in lane. While farming my Gromp, I noticed that Kiana is 40% HP under her tower, so here I'm just looking to get into a position to either gank or dive her. Clearly I'm not even needed though, since my Yone nearly takes this kill by himself. I am considering Flash Bandage here, but I'm afraid that she could essentially just sidestep that, so I do avoid going for it. Instead, I switch focus over here to the Evelyn, and honestly, I could just dive her here with the Yone. I have my bandage and ultimate, but for some reason I'm not diving her. I think I was quite afraid of her having her ulti up and her being able to escape. Honestly, I should have just dove her there. But instead, we're just back to farming crab here and looking for the next play again, like usual, while farming camps. And since the Evelyn was half health earlier on, I'm looking here to see if she wants to come into her jungle and if I can find her to 1v1 her. I start recalling here because even if I took Evelyn's Gromp and Krugs, that wouldn't give me enough for my Sunfire. So instead of just farming and wasting time not achieving anything, I'd rather come back over here towards topside to farm my camps and look for a dive, a play, or maybe even a herald. Just pointing out here that you can see Evelyn on the map ganking my bot lane. If my Zed was in lane, I would look to do the herald here, but instead I'm thinking I'd rather go look for a 2v2 in the mid lane if Yone starts fighting Kiana, because Evelyn would probably rotate over. I'm really watching the mid lane here because if Yone starts fighting Kiana with an all-in, Evelyn is going to be there, so instead of me moving to Krugs here to just continue farming, I'm coming in to protect my Yone. I spot the Evelyn myself, and I know that I'm stronger than her. I've nearly solo killed her earlier on, and here you can see I am way stronger than her. I have all my abilities, had my ulti, and I have nearly my full first item. So here I do get to pick her up, so it's very important you're kind of constantly reading your power levels throughout the game. And after that pickup, I am looking for the herald straight away because Kiana's dead, Zed has the push, and this is the perfect situation where there's no risk at all to take that herald and then look for a tower. And again, with my jungle tracking, I am looking for her camps so I can further my lead over the Evelyn. It's 13 minutes into the game, plates are gonna fall soon, so I decided to just drop the Herald mid lane here instead of recalling and let it go to waste. As soon as I see the Evelynn here, I know that her ulti was down earlier on from the 1v1 and that I can look for her, and we did just pick her up. Again, Kiana here stepping up too far. I have Q and I have ulti, and we just go pick her up again. And this is super worth it even though I died, because Yone's gonna get the tower here and we have that Herald pushing in. I've pathed towards the bot side here because I can see that Yone is killing Kassadin, and there won't be any action for me up in the top side of the map if I go there, so I'd rather be around my bot laners here in case they need assistance from an Evelynn gank or for a dive. Also, the dragon just spawned and I am trying to look to close this game out now, so I'm really looking to play with those laners for dives and objectives when we can. I have Pyke here and I have a bandage, so I could easily gank this lane, but looks like Evelynn was actually here looking for her own gank, and we're just way stronger at this stage of the game. I'm super strong and I've pretty much won all of my lanes with my map plays and Yone just winning by himself. So just with that, we've kind of won the game and closed it out right there.